Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the pages of Keep Showing Up by Karen Ehman. In this thoughtful exploration, Ehman addresses the challenges that often arise in the sacred bond of marriage, offering not only understanding, but also practical advice for those moments that test the union between partners. With an eye towards the Christian faith, this book serves as a beacon, guiding couples towards a more harmonious and spiritually aligned relationship. Karen Ehman, a prolific author with 13 inspirational books under her belt, including the New York Times bestseller Keep It Shut, What to Say, How to Say It, and When to Say Nothing at All, brings her wealth of experience to the pages of Keep Showing Up. She is a seasoned speaker with Proverbs 31 Ministries and a writer for the First Five Bible Study app, making her guidance both credible and heartfelt. Keep Showing Up is an essential read for Christian women seeking to rejuvenate the love and devotion in long-term marriages. It's also a valuable resource for newlyweds encountering the realities of married life that prove to be more challenging than anticipated. Join us as we summarize and reflect on the wisdom that Ehman imparts, in hopes of fortifying the bonds of marriage through faith and understanding. Keep Showing Up. How to Stay Crazy in Love When Your Love Drives You Crazy. Introduction. What's the secret to a lasting marriage? Discover the joys of devotion and patience. Let's face it, tying the knot is the beginning of a journey that's anything but plain sailing. If you've found yourself questioning your partner or the essence of your union, know this: it's a shared experience among many who've walked down the aisle. The enchanting tales of eternal bliss often seem like a stark contrast to the reality of matrimonial effort. But don't fret. Every cloud has a silver lining, and this one is lined with actionable strategies for nurturing a blissful and enduring marital bond. Are you ready to roll up your sleeves and put in the emotional labor? Good, because with a little bit of elbow grease and perspective shift, you can cultivate an environment where both strengths and differences are celebrated, painting your spouse in a new compassionate light. Embracing these methods isn't just about preserving your earthly partnership, it's also a means to deepen your spiritual connection with God through the power of prayer. And just a note, while the insights here are particularly tailored for wives in traditional Christian marriages, this doesn't mean others can't glean wisdom from them for their own relationships. Keep in mind, though, that these insights are for those navigating regular marital challenges. If you're facing darker issues, such as infidelity or any form of abuse, it's crucial to seek professional support immediately. Through this exploration, you'll attain an understanding of the quartet of love forms that define and sustain a relationship, how actively seeking the good in your matrimonial life can be a game changer, and the significance of learning and speaking your partner's love language fluently. Part 1. Expect the unexpected, confronting the true day-to-day challenges of matrimony. Remember when the concept of a happily ever after with your significant other seemed as simple as breathing? Fast forward to the daily grind, and you may find yourself in a world where those adorable habits now seem more grating than charming. It's a common scene in the drama of matrimony, where two different souls coalesce for better or worse. The real question isn't what changed in him, but rather, were my expectations for this union founded in reality? The reality is that marriage is an intricate, everyday endeavor that challenges our picture-perfect notions. Visualize a common engagement scenario. Visions of sunny domestic futures, fueled by social media feeds, brimming with smiling couples and the illusion of perpetual bliss. In the background, Hollywood plays its part, with 30-minute sitcom spats and the fleeting nature of high-profile romances suggesting quick exits rather than resilient partnerships. Collectively, these influences craft an unrealistic roadmap of marital life, utterly devoid of the real trials and triumphs that true commitment incurs. Let's pivot our perspective towards a more balanced view, shall we? Consider the account in Genesis where Eve is created not from Adam's foot to be trampled upon, nor from his head to overshadow him, but from his rib, conveying a partnership of equals. In the fabric of marriage, both parties are equally integral to the mosaic of success. Why embark on the journey of marriage in the first place? Ephesians holds a mirror to the true essence of matrimony, declaring that the two will become one flesh, referring to Christ and the church. This isn't merely a physical union, it's a spiritual bond, depicting the selfless love between Jesus and his church to the world. Imagine seeing your marriage as a canvas for this sacred allegory, where the strokes of selflessness and mutual respect transform everyday life into a divine art. Recognizing marriage as a formidable yet fulfilling venture that demands patience and teamwork reshapes our approach and expectations. With this newfound clarity, the path to seeing the beauty in the trials and triumphs becomes illuminated. Part 2. Embracing diversity in thought. A cornerstone of marital strength. Imagine capturing the moment of falling in love, the excitement that comes with discovering the kaleidoscope of your future spouse's experiences and ideas. It's often thought that as time passes in a marriage, these differences should fade into uniformity. Yet, it's within these variances that the richness of a couple's bond truly thrives. The key message here is, different is not the same thing as wrong. Throughout the course of a shared life, countless differences bubble up, some leading to misunderstandings or feelings of hurt. Take, for example, a simple car ride where you're eagerly discussing your day, but your partner seems disengaged. Before allowing hurt to set in, consider alternative reasons. Is he concentrating on navigating? Is he preoccupied with other thoughts? Or is it simply his nature to be less talkative? Quick assumptions can create unwarranted rifts. Dive deeper. Communicate. Establish the truth behind his silence rather than default to negative conclusions. Disagreement can also emerge over pressing matters like child rearing, where differing stances might make you both feel justified in claiming the moral high ground. But pause right there. The beauty of partnership lies not in sameness, but in the authenticity of each individual's contributions. The union is bolstered by interaction, not echo chambers. Why aspire for a partner who mirrors you in every way, when it's the amalgamation of individual strengths that forges an indomitable alliance? Conflicts and disagreements are never pillow fights. They have their share of discomfort. Yet, like the purposeful sculpting of wood, they can be sanctified through patient and understanding dialogue. 1 Corinthians, an oft-cited scripture at weddings, professes that love is patient and love is not easily angered. Embrace these words, not just in the vows, but as daily practice. Civil dissent can be the very sandpaper that smooths the rough edges, crafting a more refined and perfect fit between spouses. Marriage is indeed laborious, but it's through the positive reframing of differences that the groundwork for a resilient and nourishing relationship is established. Choose to see variances as strengths to be harnessed, not obstacles to overcome, and in doing so, build a foundation strong enough to weather any storm. Part 3. Love's Journey. The phases of affection and their impact on marriage. Step into the whirlwind of a blossoming romance, where the initial encounter with passion captivates and every shared moment feels like a thrilling new chapter in life's book. This level of infatuation, brimming with desire and intrigue, serves as the first stage of love. Yet it's important to recognize that this phase is fleeting, part of a love that must transform to survive the test of life, long commitment. Here's an essential takeaway. Love takes different forms. Its first form is temporary and must evolve, or it will die. The New Testament, written in the deeply nuanced Greek language, uses 4 distinct words to depict love. The initial type is eros, representing the fiery passion that sparks a romance. While it's exhilarating, it's inherently focused on how the other's presence energizes us, and inevitably, this intensity wanes. The journey of love then meanders into phileo, the affection found in friendships. It's based on the reciprocation of feelings, developing slowly over time, and vitally enriching a marriage. Yet it, too, is contingent on mutual exchange. Next comes storge, the instinctual love that exists within a family. It's dependable, yet may lead to complacency in a marital context if it doesn't grow beyond a sense of obligation. The pinnacle of love is captured in the word agape, the kind of love that mirrors the divine, unconditional and unwavering. It's about loving your partner despite their flaws, echoing the way God's love is unfaltering, regardless of circumstance. Strive for this in your marriage, appreciating your husband not just for his actions, but for his very existence. Marriage is a marathon, not a sprint, where incremental changes build a lifetime. In challenging times, anchor yourself to the warmth you've shared, the pledges you've made. Cast your mind back to your wedding day, the tenderness in your interactions, the eagerness of your embrace. Let those memories guide your present actions, but also look to the horizon, your lifelong journey's end. What can you do now to ensure that you'll look back with pride, not regret? When facing conflict, ponder on what truly matters. Consider this: is this disagreement worth undermining the foundations you've jointly built? Will the choice be to fight, or will it be to embody the love you vowed to uphold? Embrace the challenges, but always choose love. Part 4. Cherish the good and cultivate gratitude in your marriage. In the intricate dance of marriage, the steps lead us through peaks of pure joy and valleys of vexation. Sure, the candlelit dinner and shared laughter made last evening glow, but it's tempting to let the warmth be dimmed by this morning's heated debate over mundane routines. It's during these trying moments that we must consciously choose to elevate the positives and cherish the many overlooked blessings. Here's an important guidepost. Focus on your husband's positive attributes and the many day-to-day blessings we take for granted. Begin with introspection, especially in your moments of prayer. Consider the content of your conversations with God. Are you expressing gratitude for the myriad small gifts that enrich your life, your home, your health, the laughter of your children, or are the prayers overshadowed by desires for things you lack? Resist the urge to measure your life against others, whether they're friends or fictional characters from the media. Coveting a dream spouse modeled after someone else is a slippery slope that misaligns with the 10th commandment and leads to dissatisfaction. Pause and reflect on your life partner. Recall the thrill of newfound love, the countless instances of support, the pillars of strength he has been for you and those around him. From these reflections, compile a list of the qualities in him you most admire. It could be his unwavering loyalty, his quick wit, or his innate ability to lift spirits. But don't let these appreciations remain silent. Share them with him. Often he may not realize how dearly you value these traits, and your acknowledgement can reignite the flames of closeness and dialogue. By steadfastly focusing on the positives, we can view challenges not as detriments to our happiness, but as part of the rich tapestry of life together, reminding us just how much there is to be thankful for. Part 5. Renewing love through discovery, the uncharted territories of your partner's heart. Ever catch yourself longing for the days when your heart skipped a beat at the mere thought of your husband? Those first chapters of your love story? If you fear the spark has turned to cinder, remember that it's natural to yearn for those times of early infatuation. Those days are irreplaceable, but the key to an enduring marriage lies not in looking backward, but in the everlasting journey of discovery. The key message here is, we can't go back in time and recreate that first excitement of falling in love, but we can keep discovering new things about our spouse. Consider the insightful work of Dr. Gary Chapman, who in The 5 Love Languages illuminated the various ways we express and perceive love. Through words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. The concept here isn't just about knowing these languages, but fluently speaking them within the context of your relationship. For instance, if you express love by giving gifts, but your partner communicates through acts of service, there's a mismatch. What feels like a simple gesture to him, filling up the car with gas, say, might be his love sonnet to you. Conversely, those thoughtful souvenirs that you cherish may not resonate as deeply with him. To bridge this gap, learn to spot and cherish the myriad ways your spouse is saying, I love you, all the time. Now, let's tackle the monotonous rhythm of routines. Yes, they're inevitable, with responsibilities and schedules hemming us in, but they shouldn't cage the vibrancy of your union. You don't need grandiose plans or social media worthy moments. True connection blooms in the quiet interludes, the shared laughter over an inside joke, the unplanned coffee date on a Tuesday afternoon. Shake off the dust of habit by continually embarking on new quests to learn about each other. It's about inviting his past to the present, sharing collective dreams, and revealing untold stories. Deploy questions as your compass. Inquire about the films that shaped him, his most cherished recollections, or the places he yearns to journey to one day. As you exchange these hidden fragments of yourselves, you might discover continents in each other that neither of you knew existed. In the relentless pursuit of unearthing each other's essence, remember that in love there is always more to explore, and in that exploration, the flames of romance are steadily rekindled. Part 6. Embracing trials as a gateway to spiritual strength and divine guidance. In the ebb and flow of married life, there are moments when the waters turn choppy and we find ourselves struggling. It's in these moments that we must remember we are not navigating these tumultuous seas alone. God's steadfast presence offers both reassurance and a route to deeper understanding. Here's a key realization. Our difficulties are opportunities to seek strength and guidance from God. Life has a knack for throwing curveballs when we least expect them, leaving us feeling unhinged. Yet, as Jesus candidly notes in the book of John, troubles are not an anomaly, but a certainty in life. His words are not meant to dishearten us, but to remind us that fear has no place in our hearts, for he has triumphed over all adversities. Rather than wallowing in the whys, focus on the meaningful nows, the steps we can take to recover and grow, guided by his teachings of communication, understanding, and forgiveness. When the road gets rocky, invite God into the midst of your struggle. Praying for a changed spouse can be an exercise in futility and misses the point. Acknowledge that perfection is not of this world, and rely on Him to illuminate areas where growth and acceptance are needed. Your husband's imperfections, as taxing as they may be, serve as reminders of our collective humanity and reasons to seek God's wisdom. Entreat God for the wisdom to see beyond flaws, to grasp your spouse's true essence, and to foster a nurturing environment where both can flourish. Realize that if we had partners who fulfilled our every desire flawlessly, our reliance on and relationship with God might wane. Understand that when you reach out for divine assistance, transformation doesn't occur instantaneously. It's a journey, a gradual unfurling of understanding and resilience. Anticipate the moments of disenchantment. They are but the chisels shaping your faith. Persist in your prayers, not just for an easy path, but for the strength to travel the steeper road. Entrust God with time and space to operate within your life and your marriage, and watch as the alliance between the celestial and the terrestrial blooms. Part 7. Transforming your union into a beacon of community transformation. In pondering the sacred union of marriage, we recognize its divine purpose, mirroring the bond between Christ and His church. This realization isn't just a beautiful metaphor, it's a call to action, urging you and your spouse to serve as a living testament to love's capacity to do good. Indeed, your marriage can serve as a vibrant inspirational force, extending its positive ripples beyond the confines of your home and into the heart of your community. The key message here is the marriage covenant can be a powerful tool to make positive changes in your community. You and your partner, through your marriage, have cultivated a partnership that transcends mere companionship. You forged a unique alliance, equipped with distinct strengths and talents. Likely, you've already discovered how your abilities complement each other in managing your household. Imagine harnessing this synergy to benefit those beyond your doorstep. Take a moment to reflect on your individual skills and shared interests. Perhaps you're a culinary wizard and your husband relishes a good book, with both of you enjoying the charm of weekend explorations. Think of the impact you could make at a local outreach program, providing both sustenance and companionship to seniors who yearn for both. Look around at the unmet needs in your neighborhood. Every community faces challenges, and every act of kindness makes a difference. Whether it's through food, reading, or simply providing company, you can touch lives in profound ways. Identify the issues that resonate deeply with you both and use them as your compass, guiding you toward your joint mission. And while collective endeavors are invaluable, don't neglect your singular passions. Marriage doesn't require the relinquishing of individuality. Continue to champion the causes that stir your soul and support your spouse in embracing their interests as well. Although the concept of marriage as a form of ministry may not be the first thought that comes to mind, it's a role filled with purpose and satisfaction. Not only can it tighten the knots of your bond with each other, but it can also enhance your spiritual connection and create a meaningful impact on the lives you touch. Embrace this powerful interpretation of marriage and witness the transformative effect it has on both your own lives and on your wider community. Final summary. Embrace this fundamental truth. Navigating the waters of matrimony is a formidable task. Yet within this challenge lies potent opportunity for unity, for growth, and for spiritual connection. It's through the conscious effort to rise, to engage, and to cherish the everyday moments that we can solidify the bond with our partner. With tenacity and faith, we can journey together, not only bolstering our relationship with our spouse, but also drawing closer to the divine embrace of God. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.